If you've ever caught a dog looking at you intensely or stealing some of your most private possessions, then it might just be trying to tell you something very important and very sweet. You might kiss your dog's head to express affection, and they may reciprocate by giving you a big wet lick on your face, hands, or feet. Canines learn to do this at a young age, as their mothers lick them from birth. She does this both to clean her puppies and to connect with them. Similarly, dogs may lick humans because they love them. They may not always have the best timing when delivering a big slobbery kiss, but remember that this is a bonding moment.
Oh, baby, it's not even Saturday night.
Tail wagging can mean many different things, but not all of them are positive. However, if dogs swing their tails around so fast that it looks like they might lift themselves off the ground, they're probably thrilled to have you around. Tail behavior indicates emotions. When dogs are afraid, they put their tail between their legs, but a fast wag usually means happiness. The faster the wag, the greater the emotion.
If you had a tail, people could always tell when you're happy.
If your dog happily rolls onto its back, there's a good chance that it's asking you for affection and attention. Belly rubs feel good to most canines, and they're a way for you to communicate to them that you love them back. Pups that happily roll over feel comfortable around you. Still, you should always pause after a few rubs to assess their response and ensure that you've read the situation correctly. Your dog might get annoyed if you scratch the center of their tummy for too long or around their nipples, so try to stick to the sides instead. If your dog doesn't enjoy belly rubs, that's okay. A canine's stomach is a vulnerable and sensitive area. They may have other spots that feel better when rubbed, like under their chin or behind their ears. If your dog brings you its toys, the obvious conclusion is that it wants to play, but it could also mean that it's craving your attention and wanting to connect. And if the toy is broken, it's also likely a sign that they care for and trust you enough to solve their problem. Dogs are also generally smart enough to understand that sharing toys with their humans will likely result in more fun than just playing with them alone. If your dog presents you with a toy when you come home, it could be because they missed you and want to spend time together. Playing with your dog is good for their health and the bond you share, so make the most of this opportunity. You may often catch your dog staring at you. They do this to gather information by reading your emotions and body language and observing your actions. That's why they're so in tune with how you feel or always seem to know what you're about to do next. But if your dog stares adoringly into your eyes, it's because they love you and are showing affection, just as humans do with each other. By affectionately gazing back with a relaxed face and smile, you and your pup can feel more bonded. It doesn't matter whether you've been away for hours, days, or mere minutes, dogs who love their people will give them an enthusiastic greeting when they return home. And it's okay to join in on their elation as long as they don't show signs of separation anxiety or unwanted behaviors like jumping or peeing. If they do, however, then a different approach is necessary. It's a wonderful feeling to know you're loved and missed by your dog, but how you react can trigger a positive or negative response. If your pup has separation anxiety or behavioral issues, make sure to utilize a soothing approach by talking in a calm voice with a relaxed face. This will help them feel happy and at ease, and not overexcited to the point that they become overwhelmed. It's also important to teach dogs to be comfortable while home alone as soon as you bring them into your family, as this can reduce stress and anxiety.
What could she possibly be doing? Oh, I miss her so much.
Dogs that like to cuddle and fall asleep next to their people feel safe and connected to them. Your pup might like to snuggle with you in bed or on the couch while you're watching TV. If they're fast asleep with their tummy up, that's another sign that they feel safe with you, as exposing their stomachs makes them more vulnerable. As animal trainer Brandy Diaz explained to PetMD, these dogs are going against their natural instinct to protect themselves while sleeping, which means they are very bonded to their environments. Opinions vary about whether dogs should be allowed to sleep with their humans, but if your pup is well behaved and you're happy to share your bed, it can be beneficial as it brings comfort to you and them and strengthens your bond. If your dog is aggressive or displays resource guarding issues, though, then it's better to have them snooze in a separate area. Talk with your vet about how to get your dog to sleep in its own bed if you're struggling to keep it out of yours. If your pooch prefers not to sleep with you at night, don't worry about whether or not they love you. It's probably because your bed is too warm or crowded, or maybe you keep them up by snoring. Dogs are pack animals, which means they like to stay together. If your pup shadows you throughout your home, it's because it's adopted you into their group or loves being around you. By following in your wake, your dogs get to spend time with you, which is one of their favorite activities. And if they detect unfamiliar loud noises nearby, they may tail you because they're scared and feel safer in your presence. This is normal behavior, unless they get anxious when you're not around. Some people love having a little canine shadow, but for others, it can be dangerous. Older and frail people can trip over dogs that hover around their feet or suddenly run out in front of them. It can also be frustrating to have to watch your every step while your dog constantly gets in the way. To prevent this, you can try putting up pet gates, keeping them busy with a toy or snack, exercising regularly, giving them plenty of attention, or turning on the TV or radio. If your dog likes to brush up against your legs or even rub its face against yours, it's because they're expressing affection. These actions also cover you with their pheromones. If you've ever been nuzzled by a pup, you surely understand how this small action is enough to melt your heart and brighten your whole day. Nuzzling doesn't just fix a bad day, it's also good for you and your pooch's health. Physical contact between a human and a canine reduces blood pressure and stress and increases oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone that helps form and strengthen bonds and supports healing, among other benefits. Some dogs will take any opportunity to try and sit on their humans, even Great Danes.
When did you get your horse?
Dogs don't care if they're heavy or barely fit on your lap. They want to show affection and know that this will get them cuddles and pets. Some smaller breeds were actually bred to be lap dogs, but how affectionate and cuddly your particular pup is depends on its individual personality. While even mastiffs might try their best to be lap dogs, other dogs may just plop down on your feet. When you have the time to sit with your dog, take advantage of this opportunity. They're not trying to be naughty or assert dominance over you, they just want to connect. Playing together unquestionably strengthens the bond between canine and caretaker. If your dog wants to play, it's at least partly because they want to spend time with the people that they love. How you play may look different over time, but all doggy age groups enjoy connecting with their people in this way. It's important to play with your dog every day, though it shouldn't replace your daily walks. Tug-of-war, fetch, hide-and-seek, scavenger hunts, obedience training, and obstacle courses are just a few of the great ways to keep your pup happy and active. And remember, playtime should be pleasurable for all parties, so choose games that you both enjoy. Some pups sneak off with socks or pull clothes out of drawers and take them back to their bed. If your dog does this, it could be because they want to smell like you. The scent of someone they love comforts them and makes them feel emotionally closer. If your pooch loves your scent, they may prefer your dirty laundry. The smellier, the better. But why exactly would a dog steal your underwear? It's because they target clothing that has made direct contact with your apocrine glands. These glands are located around sensitive areas with many hair follicles that release pheromones. Because dogs rely a great deal on their sense of smell to learn about the world, they tend to sniff your pheromones from your dirty clothes to discover more about you. Just like humans, dogs have facial expressions that they can control, which they use to get people's attention and signal how they feel. Happy canines have soft eyes, inviting faces, and slightly open mouths, which look like smiles. Dogs are even smart enough to know that by smiling, they'll make their human companions happy. They may also smile more if they see their people smiling. If that's not love, we don't know what is. Dogs also have facial muscles that lift their eyebrows, which makes their eyes look bigger. Some pups intentionally do this when humans look at them as another way to express themselves. They could be telling you that they love you, or they could just be trying to win you over to get their way. Have you ever caught yourself yawning after someone nearby does the same? Dogs do this as well. According to a 2013 study published in PLOS One, dogs who yawned after nearby humans yawned didn't experience a change in heart rate. This means that this was probably not an anxious response, but rather an empathetic one. Therefore, dogs who mimic their humans' yawns may be expressing love. As Teresa Romero, one of the researchers at the University of Tokyo who conducted the analysis, explained to NBC News, our results show that the emotional bond between people and their dogs is reciprocal. This attachment can shape the dog's responses in a way similar to humans. That is, to be more sensitive to a familiar yawn than to a stranger.